Good evening once again for those of you joining us after joining us earlier, and welcome to those of you joining us for the first time for the final game of day one of the 2022 Eckerd College Thanksgiving Invitational. We'll pause a moment as we'll have the national anthem played in the gym. This final game of day one features the Wildcats of Wayne State College taking on the familiar face in the Sunshine State Conference, of course, and the Spartans of the University of Tampa. First game of the Classic was won by Eckerd, 77-70 the final over Davenport University. Tampa will face Davenport tomorrow. Wayne State will take on Eckerd. Eckerd led that game by as many as 16 in the second half. A late run by Davenport got the Panthers back within 5, but Eckerd was able to hold on for the win. Take a look at the starting lineups for both teams. Let's begin with the visitors on the scoreboard from Wayne State College. It'll be Jay Saunders. Saunders is a 5'11" sophomore out of Omaha, Nebraska, averages 8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists per game. Nate Moore will join him in the backcourt, a 6'2" senior from Glenwood, Iowa. He averages 14.6 points per contest. Justin Egan's a 6'3" sophomore from Downers Grove, Illinois, averages 10.2 points and 4.2 rebounds per game. Cody McCullough, a 6'8" sophomore from Ankeny, Iowa. We'll go with that. Averages 7.8 points and 6.8 rebounds per game. And the cog in the wheel of the team for the Wildcats is Jordan Jansen, a 6'7" senior from Lincoln, Nebraska, averaging a double-double at 21.2 points per game and 11 rebounds per contest. Wayne State is coached by Jeff Kaminsky in his 7th season with the Wildcats. On the opposite side for the University of Tampa, it'll be Micah Brown. Micah is a 6'4" senior from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. He'll be joined in the backcourt by DeAndre Harvey, a 6'1" sophomore from Daytona Beach, Florida. Jacob Harris, the team's leading scorer, gets the start at forward. Harris, a 6'8" junior from Ackworth, Georgia, averaging 17.3 points per contest along with 7 rebounds per game. Tyson Leto, 6'7" sophomore from Chicago, Illinois, will start at the front court alongside Yarden Willis, a 7-foot grad student from Roswell, Georgia. 3 players for the Spartans in the Spartans starting lineup, averaging in double figures, with Harris at 17.3 points per game, Micah Brown at 12.7, and DeAndre Harvey at 10.3. Longtime head coach for the Spartans is Richard Schmidt. Assistant coach is Justin Peckham. Tampa will be the home team wearing their home whites. They'll go on your screen from right to left. Wayne State and their road blacks with gold, nice big gold numbers that I can see. Jansen jumping it up at center circle against Willis. Ball is in the air, and we are underway as the tip goes to the Wildcats. Wildcats 4-1 on the season, coming off a win at number 18, Augustana. Spartans are 1-2. There's Jansen working. Kicks it cross court for the open 3. Back irons off the mark, and Willis with the rebound. Looking for a post feed. Pass deflected out of bounds at the Wayne State bench by Saunders. Harris to inbound from the far sideline for Tampa. Bounces it into Willis just inside the arc. Pass inside, batted away and stolen by Wayne State. Here come the Wildcats as Saunders brings it into the front court off to Moore. Now to Jansen. Jansen looking for somewhere to go with it. Hands it back off to Moore. Moore gets free, launches a three, hits the side of the backboard. And Harvey away with the rebound. Harris looking for the post entry. It goes to Leto. Leto working to the left shoulder, has it stripped. Ball on the floor and scooped up by Saunders. Long pass ahead to McCullough. McCullough to Jansen, now works it back to the top to Egan's. Egan's gets a screen from Jansen. Ball knocked away. Jansen able to pick it back up. Fall away, high arcing shot, doesn't draw iron, goes out of bounds. Last touch by Saunders. Well, both teams struggling to get something going on the offensive end in the early going. Saunders staying with Harvey as Harvey brings it across the timeline. Tampa gets into its half-court set. Harvey still on the dribble, looking for the post feed to Willis. Willis back to the basket, finds a cutter. That is Harris who lays it up and in for the first basket of the game. Wayne State's missed its first three shots from the floor. This is Egan's with it on the bounce. Working against Harris. Gets a screen out of the top of the key to the left elbow. Picks up his dribble to McCullough. McCullough loses it off his knee out of bounds. Another empty possession for the Wildcats. The Spartans with the early 2-0 lead. Harvey slows it down in the front court. Now off to Brown as he curls, gets free. 10-foot jumper is off the mark, but he'll be fouled by Egan's. And Brown will head to the line to shoot two. Brown a perfect 4 of 4 from the free throw line so far this season. His first on the way is good. Makes it an early 3-0 lead for the Spartans. Brown makes good on both. 4-0 the score. Tampa on top. 2 minutes into this contest. 4 games here from the MacArthur Center tomorrow. 2 Division I games, women's games, as part of the St. Pete Showcase as Egan's knocks down the three from the top of the key to get Wayne State on the board. Leto working his way in against McCullough. Nowhere to go with it now. To the high post it goes to Willis. Willis now backing his way in. Puts up a contested shot. It's off the mark. Ball tipped out to Moore. Moore working off a screen from Jansen. Picks up his dribble, now goes to Jansen. Jansen to the basket. And an offensive foul is called as Brown had position. If you're in the St. Pete area, I invite you out to the MacArthur Center tomorrow. You'll be able to see University of Florida, University of Houston women in action tomorrow, followed by the University of Portland taking on Northeastern University in Division I women's basketball. Then the Eckerd Thanksgiving Classic will continue with University of Tampa taking on Davenport University at 5 o'clock, followed by Eckerd College Tritons taking on Wayne State College at 7:15. Almost a steal on the inbound pass from Saunders. Now Brown has it. Screen at the top. It's Harvey. Now bounces it to Leto. Leto faces 15-foot jumper on the way. High-arcing shot is short. Egan's with the rebound. Egan's works it into the front court, working off a screen from Jansen. Couple of crossovers, loses it, and picks it back up and gets it to Saunders. Saunders dribbling around to the free throw line on the zoom action and makes the shot. Gives Wayne State its first lead of the game at 5-4. Quick catch and shoot jumper from the free throw line. Won't go down for Harris. Jansen with the rebound. McCullough running the floor. Passes deflected, though, and stolen by Tampa. It's Harvey on the run to Brown. Brown slashes into the lane. Pull-up jumper is good. Brown's got 4. Tampa moves back ahead by 1. Egan's with some space, launches the 3 and makes it as he got a mismatch on the perimeter with Leto. Leto gave him space. Egan's made him pay with his second triple of the game. Wildcats now lead it by 2, 8-6. Leto working against Jansen. Gives it off to Harris. Now Harvey. Harvey into the lane to Willis. Willis can't make a clean catch, and he'll be called for the offensive foul as he spins back to his right shoulder. McCullough there to draw the contact and the foul. That'll bring us to our first media timeout with 15-17 to go in the first half. Wayne State leads Tampa 8-6. Back in a moment with more from the MacArthur Center. You're watching the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Out of the first media timeout, it'll be Wayne State basketball after a slow start. Missing their first 3 field goal attempts. The Wildcats have made their last 3 and lead 8-6. 2 of those have been from behind the arc from the hands of Egan's. The leading scorer has been quiet so far. Jansen without a shot. Egan's bounces it to Jansen, back to the basket. Working against Willis in the lane. Floater rattles in. Jansen's on the board. The Wildcat lead now up to 4 at 10-6. Ball almost taken away on the dribble handoff attempt. Picked back up by Harvey, left alone for the 10-foot jumper, and he knocks it down. Tampa back within 2 at 10-8. Jansen guarded closely by Willis. Gives it off to Erickson, now to Egan's for another 3, and he knocks it down. Justin Egan's a perfect 3 of 3 from behind the arc. Makes it a 5-point Wildcat lead at 13-8. Brown working off the dribble, off to Harris. Harris way outside, now to the high post it goes to Leto. Back to Harvey. Wayne State playing tough man-to-man defense, keeping Tampa from getting into any offensive action. Down to 1 on the shot clock. Beating the buzzer and hitting the floater from just inside the free throw line is Harvey. Tough shot by Harvey, he's got 4. 13-10 Wildcats. There's Erickson, just right of the key. 1 dribble and a handoff to Farini. His fall away rattles out. Ferrarini. 1 syllable too short there. Driving to the free throw line, pull-up jumper for Harvey is no good. Erickson with a rebound. Quickly the other way, just inside the arc is a jumper for Saunders. He knocks it down. He's got 4. And the lead back to 5 for the Wildcats at 15-10. Inside 13 minutes to play in the first half. Day number 1 of the Eckerd College Thanksgiving Classic. Leto needs somewhere to go with it, putting it on the floor, working against Erickson. Pull-up jumper from inside the lane is no good, and Erickson with the rebound after a strong defensive performance on Leto. Saunders dribbles free to the left baseline, 6th the pull-up jumper. He's got 6, lead is at 7, and that'll force Coach Schmidt into calling a timeout, a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here with 12:34 to go in the first quarter. Wayne State on fire right now from the floors, made 7 of its last 8 attempts from the field, and leads Tampa by 7 at 17-10. Been a busy day across the Sunshine State Conference. A lot of teams getting in those traditional Thanksgiving weekend games. As mentioned earlier, Eckerd was a 7-point winner over Davenport in the game before this one, 77-70. Barry in women's basketball defeated Limestone 79-70. Also women's basketball action, Nova Southeastern easy win over Minnesota Crookston 86-63. For those of you who are Sunshine State Conference fans, it looks like the Nova Southeastern Sharks on the women's side, it looks like they're back after a few years that were below their standards. Palm Beach Atlantic on the women's side also a winner over Purdue Northwest 65-52. See if Tampa can break this momentum that Wayne State has been able to build. Some substitutions during that timeout. There's Willis. Out to the top to Isaiah Young, who came in, gets the dribble handoff. Back to Leto. Now Brown. To Young. Young, left-hand shot of the lane, won't fall. Rebound taken out by Jansen. Quickly moving the other way. Erickson catches it, thinks about the 3. Changes his mind, gives it off to Harmon. That's David Harmon, who came into the game during the last timeout. Egan's trying to get another 3. Close out by Stokes, cut it off. Or closed out by Stokes. That was Brown. Tampa finally forces a miss. Spartans looking to trim into this 7-point lead. Driving to the basket, losing the handle is Leto. Last touch by Wayne State, and that will take us to our media timeout. 11:24 to go first half. Wayne State leads Tampa 17-10. You're watching the Eckerd College Thanksgiving Classic on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. $11:24 to go in the first half, where Wayne State has a 17-10 lead over Tampa. As the Spartans will inbound from the baseline with 13 seconds on the shot clock. Jonathan Bryant into the game, brings the ball in from the baseline, and we've got a foul away from the ball to be on McCullough. Bryant again will bring it in from the baseline now with 20 on the shot clock. Coming off the pair of screens, but missing the jumper is Young. Now Harmon will run the point. He's off to Farinini. As the Wildcats work it around the perimeter. Back to the top to Erickson. Down the left corner it goes. McCullough. He'll work one-on-one against Willis. High arcing shot off the glass. Rolls halfway down before coming out. Willis clears the rebound. Brown gets the screen at the top from Willis. Now Leto looking for the post feed to Willis. Back to the basket, working against McCullough. Kisses it off the back of the iron with nice touch as it drops for Willis's first basket of the game. Dribble lost by Harmon. Tampa had it but loses it back to Farinini, who kicks it out. Three-pointer on the way is good by Moore. Well, it looked like Tampa had forced a turnover. Couldn't come up with a basketball. It turned into 3 points for Wayne State. Wayne State called for a delay of game after knocking the ball out of the net after the basket. Harvey comes back in for the Spartans. Wildcats lead it by 8 now at 20-12. Largest lead of the game. Harvey working off the screen from Leto. Gets the handoff back from him. Harvey spins baseline, nowhere to go with it, kicks it back out. Bryant on the dribble to the free throw line, into the lane, off balance shot, and gets the roll through the contact. Quick basket off the bench for Bryant. It's 20-12. I'm sorry, 20-14. Good ball movement. Gets a wide open three on the way from the left side from Harmon. No good. Rebound tipped out, and Brown runs it down. Brown crossover, gets past his defender. Pull-up jumper from 12 feet is no good. Rebound taken down by McCullough. Harmon will walk it into the front court to Erickson outside the arc, right of the key. Brown slips, gives Moore an open three-pointer. He misses it. Rebound to Leto. Harvey into the front court. Harmon tries to poke it away from behind. Now to Leto. Steps back behind the arc, launches the three. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Moore. We got a foul, though, away from the ball on the rebound action, as Willis was called for tossing McCullough to the floor. Foul number 2 on Willis, so he'll come out of the game. And Harris comes back in. Bryant Brown into the game for the first time as well for Tampa. Wayne State had a sub too. I think Jansen, it was Jansen that came back in. Egan's lob pass, good catch underneath by Jansen. Too far underneath the basketball, out of bounds. Last touch by Tampa. And as that was Bryant Brown who touched it last. Moore to bring it in from the baseline. Now Egan's gets the dribble handoff. Three-pointer cut off that time from him. Crosses over to the right elbow, gives it off to Jansen. Quick shot. Can't get the roll, and the rebound taken down by Harris. Spartans working the ball around the perimeter. Leto at the top. Over to Harvey. Gets the screen from Harvey. McCullough out to Hedge and recovers as Leto gets the post entry. Shot fake gets him into the air and lays it up and in. As he spun baseline, got half a step on McCullough. Then McCullough went up off the shot fake to contest. Gave an easy layup for Leto. There's Egan's to answer on a nice move, freeing himself up off the dribble and sticks the jumper. He's got 11. 6-point lead for the Wildcats, 22-16. Harvey goes baseline, kicks it into the corner to Bryant. He'll be called for actually stepping on the sideline. And that quickly brings us to the under-8 media timeout with 7:29 to go in the first half. Wayne State leads Tampa 22-16. You're watching the Eckerd College Thanksgiving Classic on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Out of the under-8 media timeout, Wayne State holding on to a 6-point lead over University of Tampa, 22-16. It will be Wildcat basketball out of the timeout. Wayne State is led for the majority of the game, led by as many as 8. And that lead has fluctuated between 6 and 8. For most of the second part of this first half. Another three-pointer on the way from Egan's, and he makes it. With a hand in his face, he's now a perfect 4 of 4 from three-point range, perfect 5 of 5 for the floor for 14 points, and the lead is at 9, largest of the game for the Wildcats. Leto facing up, fakes right, goes left, spins inside of McCullough, but can't make it from short range. McCullough with the rebound. Out to Egan's. Tampa's got to find an answer to stop him. Jansen working back to the basket against Bryant. Off the glass, can't get it to fall, and Leto with the rebound. Leto looking for the post feed. Instead, it goes over to Bryant. Bryant ball over his head. Skip pass across to Harvey. Now to the right block. Leto working his way in against McCullough, and there will be a foul called, I believe, on McCullough. Bailing out Leto, who got a little deep underneath the basket. That'll be McCullough's second, and the team fourth. And they're called that on the shot, so Leto will go to the line to shoot 2. First trip to the line for Leto. A native of Chicago, high arcing first free throw, gets the roll. Leto 5 of 10 from the line this season before that attempt, so 6 for 11. As he's got 3 points, chance to make it 4 on this second attempt. And he does. He'll come out replaced by Willis. 25-18 the score. Wayne State with a 7-point advantage, 6:23 to go in the first half. Egan's, who definitely has had the hot hand, brings it into the front court, gives Jansen, now gets the dribble handoff. Hesitates, drives, 10-foot jumper. Finally missed one as Brown comes in and clears the rebound. His first miss after 5 makes from the floor. And Bryant looking for the feed inside. Instead, he goes to the wing to Harris, where Harris can't hang on to the ball, has it knocked out of his hands by Ferranini. Last touch by Harris, so that'll be a turnover for Tampa. Tampa's 6th turnover of this first half. Saunders on the dribble. Over to Ferranini. The Wildcats working to the opposite side. Back to Farinini. Now it goes into the post. Spinning baseline. Now spinning back. Great pass to Saunders, who got to the basket, but missed it from short range. Harris to the free throw line. Jumper is off the mark. Now Farinini tries to slip the bounce pass to Jansen, who he thought was cutting all the way to the basket. Jansen cut his cut off. He cut off his cut. And the pass sailed out of bounds. Remains a 7-point lead for the Wildcats. Spartans looking to trim into that here with 5 minutes to go in the first half. This is Brown with it, working off the screen at the top from Willis. Hesitates, now drives in. Pull up from 7 feet is good. Well, Michael Brown's got 6, and the Spartans back within 5. Jansen's had a quiet first half, only 2 points for the team's leading scorer. Saunders driving in. Gives it off to Jansen. Now to Erickson, who spots and knocks home the 3 from the right side. So the lead back to 8. On the other end, all the way to the basket, is Bryant Brown. Ball knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. Spartans will maintain possession from the baseline. Bryant Brown gets the inbound pass and gives it back out to the top to Micah Brown. Micah directing traffic. Harris on the handoff to Harvey. Harvey back into the high post to Willis. Willis puts it on the floor, spins in against Jansen, goes up with the left hand and gets the roll over the front of the rim. Willis has 4. Inside 4 minutes to go. It's a 6-point Wildcat lead. Moore gets the screen now off to Farinini, who will launch the 3. Can't get the bounce. And the rebound picked up by Harvey. Harvey pushing it quickly the other way. Crosses over once, twice between the legs, now into the corner to Bryant Brown. Spartans move it to the other side. This is Harvey working off a screen from Willis. Picks it up top of the key, skip into the corner to Bryant Brown. Bryant Brown will launch the 3. It's well short. And the rebound tipped and picked up by Farinini. Farinini pushing it down the right side of the lane. Great pass to a cutting Saunders, who misses again, but this time he's fouled and will head to the line to shoot 2 following the final media timeout of the first half. 3:15 to go in the first half. Wayne State still leads Tampa 28-22. You're watching the Eckerd College Thanksgiving Classic on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. First free throw is good. Saunders now has 7. This is his first trip to the free throw line this afternoon. Actually, the first trip to the line for Wayne State, period. Second free throw, gets both. So he's got 8. And he'll come out with Harmon coming back in. Lead back to 8 for Wayne State at 30-22. Wildcats denied the inbound pass, but Brown was able to break free. Now they'll retreat back into the half-court defense, will Wayne State. And an unforced error for Tampa as Leto can't corral the pass. It goes off his knee and out of bounds. Turnover number 8 on Tampa. Here's Erickson. Hands it off to Egan's. Egan's working off a screen at the top of the key. Bryant staying with him, though. Now Harmon all the way to the basket. Shot is contested and altered by Leto, but Erickson there to come away with it. Harmon gets it back all alone underneath. He lays it up and in. And a lead now to 10 for the Wildcats, largest of the game for Wayne State. Ball batted away and stolen by Harmon. Harmon to the basket, lays it up and in. Wayne State pressuring very tightly out there near half court. Harmon had trouble with it last time. Or rather, Harvey had trouble with it last time as Harmon knocked it away. Now Harmon called for the foul. Harvey seems a little unhappy with his teammates, asking for some help. He'll come out, it looks like, here, replaced by Isaiah Young. Wildcats on a 6-0 run over the last minute. Able to push the lead to 12 with 2:13 to go in the first half. Young takes the inbound pass. Off to Brown. Now to Leto from 15 feet, faces the basket, working in against Erickson, gets underneath. It's a little space, but misses from close range. Gets his own rebound. Second effort, no good. Rebound to Jansen. Back to the top to Egan's. Looking for the post feed is Harmon. Ball batted away out of bounds by Leto. And 16 on the shot clock. Harmon over to bring it in from the baseline. Lobs it into Jensen. Jansen will work one-on-one here against Willis. Spins. Goes underneath with the scoop of the right hand. Can't get the roll. Rebound to Leto. Spartans trying to keep this lead from getting out of hand. Leto, catch and shoot 3. No good. Rebound tipped and taken down by Jansen. Quick outlet ahead to Harmon. Harmon loses a handle. Ball stolen by Tampa. Brown, nice bounce pass to Bryant. Bryant tries for the dunk, but he doesn't get up high enough. Blocks himself on the front of the rim. And now the Wildcats will slow the pace down as we come up on 1 minute to go in the half. Egan's letting the shot clock run down to 15, 13 now. Gets the high ball screen. Steps back behind the arc. Launches the 3. This one well off the mark. Rebound to Leto. Enough time for both teams to have one more possession before we go to the break. Willis faces from the free throw line and gives it off to Young. Ball batted away on the pass to Bryant, but Young there. The pass batted right to him. The ball batted right to him. Young hesitates, drives in past Erickson. Is bumped. Tries to lob it out on the quarter to Bryant. Bryant able to make the catch, but his foot's on the sideline. And a 30-second timeout will be called by Coach Jeff Kaminsky and Wayne State to set what they're going to do for this final possession with 19.5 seconds to go in the first half. Both teams have gone a little cold from the floor. Tampa's scoring drought has lasted nearly 4 minutes. Wayne State's has lasted a little bit more than 2 minutes. Spartans are 0 of their last 5 and have turned the ball over 3 times in the last 4 minutes. It's allowed Wayne State to go on a mini 6-0 run over the last 3. forget, these two teams will be in action again tomorrow here at the MacArthur Center, with Tampa taking on Davenport at 5 o'clock and Wayne State battling Eckerd. 7 o'clock scheduled tip. You can expect that to go off really closer to 7:15. Out of the timeout. Wayne State will have the basketball, up 12, playing for the last shot. Egan's has had the hot hand for most of the first half for the Wildcats. He'll bring it into the front court, guarded by Bryant. See if they try to high ball screen for him and get him in an isolation situation. No ball screen. Here comes the ball screen from Farinini. Farinini slips over for the long three-point attempt. It's no good. Rebound to Brown, and he'll let the clock run out as we go to halftime, with the Wayne State Wildcats enjoying a 12-point lead, 34-22, over the University of Tampa Spartans. We'll step away for somewhere between 10 and 12 minutes. Be back with halftime stats for you, as well as the second half of action here from the MacArthur Center. You're watching the Eckerd College Thanksgiving Classic on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Second half gets underway at the Eckerd College Thanksgiving Classic, where Wayne State has a 12-point lead at the break over the University of Tampa, 34-22. Taking a quick look at the first half statistics. First for Wayne State, Wildcats shot 43% from the floor, 13 of 30 from the field, and even better from behind the arc, 50%, 6 of 12. The majority of that three-point performance came from Justin Egan's, who has a game-high 14 points on 4 of 5 shooting from three-point range, 5 of 7 overall from the floor. Wildcats also got 8 points from Jay Saunders on 3 of 6 shooting, 4 from Harmon, 3 from Erickson, 3 from Moore, and only 2 from the team's leading scorer, Jordan Jansen. Jansen averages over 21 points per game, so he was quiet in the first half, but his teammates picked up the slack. So, head coach Jeff Kaminsky to be pretty pleased with the fact that his leading scorer didn't put up his usual production, but his team still has a 12-point lead at the break. For the Spartans as a team, they were 35% from the floor, 9 of 26. Did not make a 3, 0 of 3 from behind the arc. Both teams perfect from the free throw line, but there were not many trips, only 2 of 2 for the Wildcats and 4 of 4 from the Spartans. Tampa turned the ball over 10 times in the first half compared to just 5 for Wayne State. Wayne State was able to convert those 10 turnovers into 12 points. Tampa slight edge on the boards, 18-16. But Wayne State holds the edge in second chance points, 2-0. Had no ties in the first half, with 3 lead changes, and the largest lead is 12, where we stand at halftime for Wayne State. Has been a busy day in the Sunshine State Conference. Hit some of those scores earlier. Looking on the men's side, Embry-Riddle defeated Elizabeth City State at home, 78-53. Wisconsin Parkside, narrow winner on neutral site at Florida Southern over St. Leo, 72-70. Minute 41 left over in Melbourne, where Puerto Rico Bayamon has a 63 lead over the Panthers late in that game. Francis Marion at the end of the first half in a high-scoring affair in Boca Raton has a 56-43 lead over Lynn. And Anderson, South Carolina at Florida Southern. That one has yet to get underway. It'll be Wayne State, Tampa basketball. When we begin half number 2. As the Spartans will look to chip into this 12-point deficit. Looks like we've got starters back on the floor for both teams. Harvey will take the inbound pass, and we're underway in half number 2. This is Brown working down the right side to the top. Harris, he'll swing it to the opposite side to Harvey, looking for the post feed to Leto. Here it goes, working back to the basket. Double team comes in. Now the double team sags off. Leto spins back into a double team, but finds Harris from the right wing open for the 3, and he drains it. First three-pointer of the game for the Spartans. And a good start to the second half for Richard Schmidt's squad. A lot of contact out there between Saunders and Harvey. Nice backdoor cut, dropped off to McCullough. McCullough has his shot blocked by Willis. Gets it back. His pass intended for the perimeter is deflected out of bounds. Egan's had a nice pass to a cutting McCullough. McCullough couldn't get a handle on the pass, wasn't able to elevate. Willis was able to block the shot. Here's Jansen working solo in the lane. His shot is off the mark. Rebound to Tampa. Brown looking for the post feed to Leto. Now directs him out of the way. He has a lane to the basket. Pulls up from 6 feet. Misses the jumper. Rebound to Jansen. Long pass ahead to Saunders. Saunders steps through, lays it up and in with the left hand. Lead back into double digits now for the Wildcats at 36-25. There's Leto, spins baseline. Guarded closely by Jansen. McCullough comes over for the double team. Pass out is deflected and stolen, and we've got a whistle. The play is stopped. Official is requesting that the bench players for Wayne State stay on the bench. Got excited after that deflection and steal. A warning has been issued to the bench. Moore working the ball into the front court. Now spins it back. Dribbles it to the left wing. To Jansen, gets the handoff back. Has room, launches a three, and knocks it down. Pretty easy shot off that first action from their offense. Gives it off to Jansen, then gets the dribble handoff. Knocks down the three. Jansen with another rebound. That's his 7th. Moore, three-pointer on the way from the left corner. This time's off the mark. Harvey with the rebound. Actually, it wasn't even dribble handoff from Jansen. Jansen just took the pass and handed it back off to him. I don't know why I said dribble. Harris with it on the right side. Looking for a post feed for Willis. Willis back to the basket, working his way in against McCullough. Spins, goes to his right shoulder. Left-handed shot rattles out, and another rebound for Jansen. That's 8 rebounds in the game now for Jansen. There's Moore on the left side. Harris with a hand in the face. Gets a screen from Jansen. Bounce pass to Harris to Jansen as he screens and slips to the basket. Can't convert the layup though. Willis away with the rebound. Now to Harvey pushing it down the other way. Looking for the post feed. Back to the basket is Leto. Now he'll face up from the baseline. Back to the basket again as he works to the block. Spins into the double team. Shot off the glass is no good, and the rebound's tipped out to Egan's. 14-point lead for Wayne State. Largest of the game for the Wildcats. Egan's crosses over. Working to the baseline. Now hands it off to Saunders. Saunders to the free throw line. Hesitates, gets into the paint. And has the ball knocked away by Leto. Picked up by Brown. Brown to the free throw line. Will pull it back out. His numbers favor the Wildcats. Then gives it off to Harvey. Harvey waiting for the ball screen. McCullough with the hedge and recovers. Lob goes in, though, to Willis. Working against McCullough. Nice pass out of it, but it's deflected and stolen. It was a good idea. Just didn't get it over the outstretched hand of Jansen, who picks up the steal. Jansen's been quiet on the offensive end, but has made up for it on the boards and with his defense and passing. He's got 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Wide open three-pointer on the way from the left corner from McCullough is good. Egan's hit the floor hard as he drove to the lane. And he is slow to get up. The official stoppage of play brings us to our first media timeout of the second half. 15:55 to go. It's a 17-point lead for Wayne State at 42-25. Back in a moment from the MacArthur Center. You're watching the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Wayne State enjoying its largest lead of the game now at 17 points, 42-25. They're on an 8-0 run over the last 3 minutes. Tampa's gone 342 without putting a point on the board. It will be Spartan basketball following the three-pointer made from the corner by McCullough. That was his first basket of the game, and Wayne State comes out in full court pressure out of the timeout. Now they'll retreat. It was Brown who will bring it into the front court. Working against Moore. Bryant Brown goes baseline. Pass is knocked away and stolen by Wayne State. Long pass ahead to Erickson. Erickson to the basket. Shot fake. Can't get past Leto. And Willis with the rebound. Leto did a good job not biting on that shot fake. Stayed with Erickson. Erickson couldn't get a good look at the basket. Now Willis back to the basket, working against Jansen on the left block. Kicks it back out to Brown. Brown shot fake into the lane at the rim and gets the roll. Good finish by Micah Brown. He's got 8. He leads Tampa on the offensive end. He's at 42-27. Moore working off a screen from Jansen. Now goes to Erickson. Gets his handoff right back to Erickson on the wing. Now to Jansen as he works his way in on the left block. Fade away in the lane. Back iron's too strong. Rebound to Willis. Brown spots up the three in transition and knocks it down. A quick 5-0 burst by the Spartans has Tampa within 12. Harmon quickly works it into the front court. Now slows it down as he pulls it back between the circles. Erickson just right at the key. Dribble handoff to Moore. Moore pulls it back out, gets a screen from Jansen. Jansen gets the pass, working into the lane. Again, too strong off the back iron. Rebound tipped out by Erickson, but Leto picks up the ball in the corner. Now Bryant Brown to the basket, gets the layup and the foul. Oh, some signs of life from the Spartans. A 7-0 run by Tampa. Chance to make it 8 on this free throw. Saunders, Farinini came back in for the Spartans. Harris re-entered, or rather for the Wildcats. Harris re-entered for the Spartans, and the three-point play is completed by Bryant Brown. An 8-0 run for the Spartans has them back within 9 now at 42-33. Moore will bring it into the front court. Off to McCullough. Hands it back off to Moore. He'll take a quick three and knock it down. Nate Moore's third three-pointer of the game, 3 of 6 from behind the arc. Going all the way to the basket is Bryant Brown. Through the contact, doesn't get the foul call. Now here comes Saunders pushing the other way. Farinini, quick catch and shoot three in transition. That rattles in and then out. Bryant pulls down the rebound for Tampa. Brown goes baseline. He's cut off, gets it back out to Bryant. Bryant fakes right, goes left, slashes to the basket, off the glass. No, but he'll draw the foul, head to the line.
Number 13, Nate Moore.
Foul be on Nate Moore. Foul number 2 on Moore. And a cleanly played game in terms of fouls called. Only 3 fouls in the game on Tampa total. 2 of those have been on Willis. Moore's got 2. McCullough's got 2 for Wayne State. So nobody in foul trouble for either team. Jonathan Bryant Jr., the second, at the line to shoot 2. First one is good. He's got 3, chance to make it 4 on this second attempt and get the Spartans back within 10. Misses it short, but the rebound is tipped out to Harvey. Harvey to the basket, double pump shot, lays it up and in. They'll make it a 9-point lead. Moore works it into the front court, gets a screen from Saunders, picks up his dribble now to Farinini near midcourt. Wildcats working the ball around the perimeter, looking for the post entry. It goes to McCullough. McCullough with 8 on the shot clock, working into the lane. Misses it short. And Bryant Brown with the rebound. Hands it off to Harris. And hands it back off to Harvey. Harvey slashes the basket. Can't get the layup to fall, but he draws the foul in. Heads to the line to shoot two as the Spartans now starting to attack the basket and draw fouls.
Number 3 on the team. DeAndre Harvey will shoot 2.
DeAndre Harvey at the line for the first time. Got 6 points in the evening on 3 of 4 shooting. First free throw on the way is good. Spartans now 7 of 8 from the free throw line in the game. They're back within 8. Trailed by as many as 17 4 minutes into this half. And methodically chipped away. Second free throw on the way is good. To make it a 7-point game now. Spartans have cut 10 points off that Wayne State lead. Now out of full court pressure, they'll trap the ball in the inbound pass. Wayne State able to handle it. Saunders gets it across the timeline. Jansen came back in, looking for the post feed. Saunders has it, goes baseline. Has the ball deflected. Saunders there to pick it back up just inside the sideline. Now Egan's. Great pass underneath as he finds Jansen for the layup. Threaded the needle on that one. And that breaks a 13-3 run for the Spartans. Back to a 9-point lead for the Wildcats. Catch and shoot 3 from the left corner is good for Bryant. After going 0 of 3 from three-point range in the first half, the Spartans are 3 of 3 from behind the arc in the second. And a foul on the perimeter as Bryant Brown called for the bump on Egan's. And that will bring us to the under-12 media timeout. 11:33 to go in the ball game. Spartans have pulled back within 6. 47-41 is our score. Wayne State on top. You're watching the Eckerd College Thanksgiving Classic on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. After trailing by as many as 17 points in the second half, the Spartans of Tampa have pulled back within 6 at 47-41. 11:33 to go. Wayne State will have the basketball out of the media timeout following the foul on Brown. As McCullough will bring it in. Lobs it to Saunders. Saunders working up against tight defense from Harvey. To the left block. Cut off, tries to skip it to the far side. Pass deflected by Bryant Brown and out of bounds. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Farinini will bring it in from the baseline. Short pass to Jansen, and he finally gets the floater in the paint to fall. Jansen's got 6. Lead back to 8. Bryant one dribble and picks it up. Now lobs it out to Harris. Harris puts it on the floor. Back to the basket, picks up his dribble. Into the corner to Harvey. Gets the screen from Harris, down to 9 on the shot clock. Harvey to the free throw lines, tripped up and hits the deck. That'll be a foul on the floor. Foul on McCullough is his third. So he's the first player from either team to pick up that third foul. And Nate Moore comes over to the table. He'll come back in and will replace McCullough. Inbound pass comes to Brown. Misses the jumper from the baseline. Tip attempt by Bryant Brown is too strong. And here come the Wildcats. All the way to the basket is Farinini. Gets his own rebound. And then finds Jansen all alone on the opposite block for the layup. 2 quick baskets for Jansen. Pushes the Wayne State lead back to 10. Young on the cut to the basket. Has nowhere to go. Saunders was there to meet him. Tries to bounce it into the post to Bryant Brown. And that was well defended. He couldn't get the right angle as the pass bounces out of bounds for the 14th turnover of the game on Tampa. Coming up on the halfway point in the second half. Spartans trailed by as many as 17, cut the deficit to 6, but now Wayne State is pushed back ahead by 10 and has the basketball. Saunders works on the dribble on the left side. Here comes a screen by Farinini. He pops back behind the arc and knocks down the three. Well designed, well executed play there on the first action by Wayne State. Extends the lead back to 13. Harris to the top. Leto goes through the hands of Brown, but luckily Micah Brown was there to pick it up. Now back to Bryant Brown. Bounces into the post to Leto. Leto pushes his way to the basket, misses the layup, gets his own rebound, makes it on the second effort and draws the foul. Foul was on Egan's. Foul number 2 on Egan's. They'll put Leto at the line to try to convert on the traditional three-point play. Leto's had a struggle from the field today, only 2 of 12 from the floor. It's his second trip to the free throw line where he's 2 of 2. First, or actually, his only free throw on the way is off the mark. So the lead remains 11 for the Wildcats. Saunders guarded closely by Harvey. A lot of hand checking, no fouls called on it. Gives it back to Farinini from the same spot he made his last three. That one, it's the back iron. And to Bryant away with the rebound. To Harvey. Harvey slashes to the basket, gets to the rim, lays it up and in. Harvey's got 10. And the lead back down to 9 now for the Wildcats. Coming up on 9 minutes to go. Got a foul on Harvey on the inbound pass as he got a little too handsy with Saunders. Only his first and only the team's second. So that'll give Tampa opportunity to set up the full court press again. Pass to Moore, breaking long, all alone on the other end. He'll lay it up and in. Perfectly executed on the design out of bounds play. Tampa brought everybody up. Moore was able to streak long. Moore's got 9, lead back to 11. Leto in the high post, back to the basket. Looking for cutters off the scissor action. Brown nowhere to go with it. Gives it out to Harvey. Screen at the top from Leto. Drives to the basket, has it stripped. And Bryant Brown can't save it before it goes out of bounds. 15th turnover of the game committed by the Spartans. Well, the lead at 11 for Wayne State with 8:37 to go. And it comes to Egan's, had 14 points in the first half, has yet to score in the second. Pull-up jumper from about 10 feet, and now he's on the board in the second half. He's got 16 and pushes the lead back to 13. Micah Brown working against Moore. Moore staying with him. Dribbles in, 10-foot jumper is good. Brown has the answer on the other end. Back to an 11-point advantage for the Wildcats at 58-47. Wayne State has made 4 of its last 5 attempts from the floor. Tampa has made 5 of its last 7. Wildcats working the ball around the perimeter. Moore, quick catch and shoot 3 from the right side. It's no good, but the rebound tipped out of bounds by Tampa. As Bryant Brown and Jonathan Bryant were both pursuing it, but couldn't get to it, and that will bring us to our under 8 media timeout. 7:48 to go. Wayne State leads Tampa 58-47. You're watching the Eckerd College Thanksgiving Classic on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Out of the media timeout, it'll be Wayne State basketball with the Wildcats leading by 11, 58-47, 7:48 to go in the game on this final game of day number 1 of the Eckerd College Thanksgiving Classic. Wildcats have led by as many as 17. Tampa got back within 6 before Wayne State pushed back ahead, now by 11. Here's Jansen working against Leto, trying to back his way into the left block, gets into the lane, follow-away shot. Leto, I think, got a piece of that. Ball still loose on the floor. We've got a held ball, and alternate possession will keep it with Wayne State. 1 on the shot clock, so the question will be whether or not Tampa ever had possession in order to reset the shot clock. Actually, it won't matter. Should be a reset anyway. Or we get a foul. Actually, we've got a foul. Foul on Wayne State. Foul's on Jay Saunders. That'll be his first, and the team's 6th, so the next one will put Tampa into the bonus. Richie Greaves into the game for the first time for the Spartans. He'll bring it up the floor. So Bryant Brown has the ball knocked away, gets it back to Greaves in the corner. Greaves has it stripped, and this time Wayne State comes away with a loose ball as Moore goes to the floor and shovels it up to Egan's. Egan's now guarded by Bryant Brown. Bounces it just inside the arc, back to the basket. Cross-court pass from Jensen to Nate Moore, who knocks down his 4th three-pointer of the game. And it's a 14-point lead for the Wildcats. Greaves gets it back as Wayne State is shifted into a zone. Into the corner, quick catch and shoot 3, back iron no good. Rebound goes out of bounds, last touch by Tampa. As Leto and Brian Brown both went up for it. I think they had touched Brown last. And the Wildcats have pushed the lead back up to 14 now. It's 61-47. A chance to add to it here with possession. Egan's brings it to the front court, now gives it off to Moore. Looking for the feed to Jensen. Back to the basket, working one-on-one against Leto. In the lane, tries to zip a pass underneath to the opposite block to McCullough, but it goes off McCullough's hand and out of bounds. Only the 7th turnover of the game on Wayne, committed by Wayne State. Wildcats staying in the 3-2 zone. Blocking foul called on the drive by Harvey. As Jensen tried to get there in time, but may have slid in just a hair late. And Harvey ended up right on top of Jensen. And they help each other back up. And will send Harvey to the line to shoot 2. Harvey has 10 points on the evening, 2 of 2 from the line. First free throw rattles home. Harvey makes good on both. Tampa now trails by 12, 61-49. Harmon pushing it quickly into the front court, gives it off to Moore. Moore directing traffic. Now dribbles it over to the left side. To the high post it goes Jansen. Jansen will face, put it on the floor, now backing his way in. Kicks it back out to Moore. Moore will launch the 3 and knock it down. That's 17 to the game for Nate Moore. He's got 5 3-pointers. 14 coming in the second half. Long 3 to answer for Harvey. Hits the front of the iron. Rebound, though, to Leto. Back to Harvey to the free throw line. Kicks it to Bryant. Bryant spots, launches the 3. It's good. Second 3-pointer knocked down by Jonathan Bryant II. He's got 9. Back to a 12-point lead with 5 minutes to go for the Wildcats. McCullough back to the basket, directing traffic. Now gives it out to Moore. McCullough puts it on the floor. Kicks it back out. Harmon pass fakes, gets himself free, knocks down the 3 from the right side. 3-pointers are flying here in this second half. That's the 13th made 3-pointer in the game for Wayne State. Into the high post, Leto kicks it out opposite side. To answer is Jonathan Bryant II. Back-to-back triples for Bryant. The teams have traded 3-pointers the last 4 trips down the floor. Back to a 12-point lead for the Wildcats at 67-55. 4:15 to play. Jansen hands it off to Harmon. Harmon gets a double screen at the top. Now off to Moore. Moore fakes, launches a 3, finally misses one. Long pass ahead to Bryant. Bryant hesitates, cut off by Moore. Now trying to back his way in against Moore. Gives it off to Harvey. Harvey into the lane. Bounce pass underneath. Good catch by Bryant Brown. Brown shot fake off the glass. No. Gets his own rebound. But it'll be called for the push-off. And that will bring us to our under 4 media timeout. 3:44 to play. Wayne State leads Tampa 67-55. You're watching the Eckerd College Thanksgiving Classic on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. .344 to play here from the MacArthur Center as Wayne State hanging on to a 12-point lead against Tampa, 67-55 to score. Both teams are shooting the ball extremely well over the last several minutes. Both have made 5 of their last 7 shots from the floor, including a series of 4 straight possessions, 2 on either side, where we saw 3-pointers knocked down. Wayne State will work against the full court pressure. Finally gets it in to Saunders, does McCullough. Now Harvey will guard Saunders. We've seen these two battle on the perimeter for a lot of the game. Jansen gets the catch just inside the arc. He'll square and face up. Couple of dribbles, picks it up. Was expecting Egan's to come to him. Now Egan's will come take the dribble handoff for McCullough. Michael Brown there checking him. Steps back behind the arc, launches a 3. It's off the mark. Rebound to Willis. Willis hands it off to Harvey. Harvey looking across for Bryant. Picks up his dribble, needs somewhere to go with it. Bounces it in to Leto. Leto back to the basket. And we fouled as McCullough comes over on the double team. Got him on the arm. That's foul number 4 on Cody McCullough. And Tampa is in the bonus, so that'll send Tyson Leto to the line to shoot 1 and 1. Front end on the way is good. Spartans 11 of 13 from the free throw line in the game. Wayne State's only shot 2 free throws. Those came from Saunders back in the first half. Second free throw is back iron, rattles out, and a foul on the rebound. It'll be on Willis most likely. That's 3 on him as he took McCullough down to the ground. So the lead's at 11 for Wayne State with 3:02 to play. Farinini comes back in as McCullough will take a break.
For Wayne State, number 3, Nick Farinini checking in.
Saunders gives it to Farinini. Now to Moore. Moore crosses up his defender, steps just inside the arc, but misses the jumper as I think Michael Brown turned his ankle on that crossover by Moore as he's limping off the floor. Have to get a sub in for him. It'll be Harris coming back in. Nasty crossover by Moore. Got Brown's feet tangled up. They call that an ankle breaker. Inbound pass comes to Bryant in the corner. Bryant now backing his way in against Egan's. Fadeaway jumper is good from 15 feet from the baseline. That's 14 points for Bryant. And gets Tampa back within 9. It's 67-58, 2.5 minutes to play. Still not over. Saunders on the dribble, right on top of the Eckerd College logo. To Jansen. Jansen hands it off to Moore. Moore on the dribble. Hesitates as he gets under the basket. Pulls it to the opposite baseline. Quick turnaround jumper is off the mark. Jansen with the offensive rebound, and he'll be fouled. That's going to go on Harvey, his second. Foul was on the floor, and we're not in a bonus situation yet for Wayne State. Tampa still with one more foul to give before putting the Wildcats into the bonus. Inbound pass comes out to Jansen. Now Saunders will go back near half court to take the handoff. Farinini hands it off to Egan's. Egan's wants isolation here as he's got a bit of a mismatch against Leto. Goes baseline, pull-up jumper is short. Jansen tips the rebound to himself, kicks it back out to Farinini at half court. Fresh shot clock for Wayne State, working in their favor now. The 9-point lead in 1.5 minutes to play. Again, Leto guarding Egan's. Three-pointer on the way, no good from Ferrarini as he came up with a ghost screen, then popped behind the arc. Bryant. He'll pull the trigger from the top of the key and knocks down the three. Bryant's had himself quite a game. He's got 17, including a perfect 4 of 4 from behind the arc. That gets Tampa back within 6. And Tampa will call a quick timeout. It does become a media timeout, so with 1:14 to play, we'll take a break. Wayne State leading by 6 over Tampa here at the Eckerd College Thanksgiving Classic. You're watching the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. So Tampa will come out in full court pressure out of the timeout. Wayne State's lead cut back down to 6. Saunders will take the bounce short range on the inbound pass. Now everybody will clear out and let him bring it up one-on-one against Bryant the second. Saunders gets it across the timeline. As the clock ticks down now. Inside 1 minute to play. Bryant trying to knock the ball free. Saunders dribbles to the left, picks up his dribble, needs somewhere to go with it. Ball knocked out of bounds by Harris as he reaches over the top of Ferrarini. Down to 6 on the shot clock. But Wayne State needs to get a quick shot here. It is a 2-possession game at best. Egan's all the way to the basket. He'll draw the foul. As he just slashed down the right side of the lane, drew the contact, so he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. Egan's has 16 points. 14 of those came in the first half. This will be his first trip to the free throw line today. And for the season, Egan's is 8 of 9 from the line. Tampa's on a 9-0 run. Lasted a little under 4 minutes. Chance for Egan's to break it. And he will not, at least on this first free throw. Second free throw on the way is good as it rolls around and drops. And that pushes the lead back to 7. Makes it a 3-possession game now. 45 seconds to go. Spartans push it quickly into the front court. Harvey gets it to Bryant. Bryant's had the hot hand. Saunders out to guard him. Bryant all the way to the basket with a left-hand layup is good. And another timeout called by Tampa. They still have one remaining with 33.6 seconds remaining. Bryant's now got 19 points to lead all scores. Been a fantastic game for Jonathan Bryant II, the junior from Orange Park, Florida. Transfer from Division I UT Chattanooga has got 19 points, 7 of 8 shooting from the floor, 4 of 4 from three-point range. And his second half shooting has helped Tampa crawl back into this game and still have an outside chance with 33.6 seconds remaining. Again, these two teams in action tomorrow here at the MacArthur Center, with Tampa taking on Davenport at 5 o'clock. Davenport fell earlier to Eckerd 77-70 in the game before this one. And then Wayne State taking on the Tritons to wrap up the 2022 Eckerd College Thanksgiving Classic, an annual tradition here in the MacArthur Center. And if you are in the area, we invite you out to St. Pete in the MacArthur Center for a full day of basketball, a pair of Division I women's games as part of the St. Pete Showcase taking place before the men's games tomorrow, with University of Florida taking on University of Houston, followed by University of Portland taking on Northeastern State. Always love hosting those Division I schools in our gym. Becoming an annual tradition for us to do that. Long pass ahead. For the second time we've seen Wayne State break the Spartan pressure with that exact play. Egan's all alone, lays it up and in. Back to a 7-point lead, a 3-possession game again. Bryant, long three from the top of the key, misses. Saunders runs it down, and he'll be fouled by Leto.
Number 32, Tyson Leto.
Really a mistake by Tampa on that inbound pass. Their full court pressure to let Egan's get behind the defense so easily, especially after Wayne State ran that play with the same result earlier in the game. It'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity here for Saunders. Front in on the way. No good. Rebound to Leto. 21 seconds to go. Long pass ahead to Bryant. Quick catch and shoot three. High arcing shot is short. Rebound taken down by Jansen. Long pass ahead to Ferrarini, who will pull it back out. And he'll be fouled by Harris.
Number 3, Jacob Harris is second.
That will pretty much make it all but academic. The 7-point lead, 9.9 seconds to go. And Ferrarini at the line to shoot 1-and-1, knocks down the first. Second free throw for Ferrarini, also good. He's got 5. Makes it a 9-point lead. Harvey working his way into the front court, has the ball knocked away by Saunders, picks it back up. Now Bryant Brown steps free, launches a long three. It's an air ball, and that'll bring the game to a close as Wayne State picks up a 72-63 win over the University of Tampa at the Eckerd Thanksgiving Classic. Wayne State improves to 5-1 on the season. Tampa falls to 1-3 on the year. Big game for Jonathan Bryant II, led all scorers with 19 points for Tampa. Michael Brown had 13 and 12 for DeAndre Harvey. 4 scorers in double figures for the Wildcats, led by Nate Moore and Justin Egan's with 17 points each. Jay Saunders and Jordan Jansen both had 10 points. It was a double-double for Jansen, as he also had 11 rebounds and 5 assists to go along with his 10 points. Not a double-double, but a 10-rebound performance for Leto for Tampa. That'll bring day one of the Eckerd College Thanksgiving Classic to a close. We'll be back on the air tomorrow at 5 o'clock as the University of Tampa will take on Davenport University here from the MacArthur Center. Thanks, everyone, for joining us tonight. Hope you're having a fantastic Thanksgiving weekend. We'll see you tomorrow here in the MacArthur Center for more basketball on the campus of Eckerd College. You've been watching the Sunshine